Karma Coin is doing a magic by saying, okay, people want coin. The entire industry of Web3 and crypto has incredible potential for the future of humanity in order to become sovereign and decentralized, meaning we're not depending only on banks, right? So there's a lot of potential here that we need to be looking at, but the greed kind of came and took over the industry.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Rachel and Oriya. They're the founding team of Karma Coin. Rachel, Oriya, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us, Kelsey.
It's such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Excited to have you both. So why don't you start and tell me a little bit about yourselves?
So I can say both of us come from the world of healing and community. So we have this like drive to do good in the world and make good things happen. And in this world of AI, you know, so many new opportunities coming online. We're both stepping into kind of new roles around here.
Yeah, I guess what Corona didn't do, AI is just reminding us how much we want personal connection.
Mm-hmm.
And I come also from about a decade plus, actually 15 years of community building experience, using different technologies. And so for us, that's the background we're bringing in, because crypto is really faith backed by technology. So the blockchain is the technology, faith is crypto, and we both came from it to see how can we, actually, Rachel brought this concept of the mycelium of Web3. Let you do that because you do that better than me.
Well, I think maybe I'll leave it back to Kelsey if she has another question for us.
Well, I was going to say you started to kind of dip your toe in the water and talk a little bit about Karma Coin and crypto. So why don't you, tell me more about Karma Coin and how you guys got started?
Okay, where to start? I guess I'll start with the mycelium, like you said, right? So
it was a good segue.
It was a good segue.
He's a good pitcher. No, I don't know. I'm a little off.
It's all right. It's not live.
Yeah.
Well, your question is how we get started. I mean, in Karma Coin specifically gets started with 3 friends with common interests, got together, and Aviv, who has been working, is our third partner. When he came to us with the project, he was working on it by himself a few months, and he was like one of those magician coming out of the cave, and he's like, I got this idea.
It's half developed already.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And he's been in crypto, he's like one of the crypto OGs, they call it. He brought me to another, big crypto project a year and a half ago, and that's where I learned. So when he came to me and heard different ways, he came to us and he said, I got this crypto project half developed, and it's going to be a coin that's going to be used for communities to appreciate one another. And he's like, I know how the crypto market works. It is all about the value that the coin has, and it only has value if people use it. He says, I've been watching the crypto market for a long time. There's 12,000 coins out there, very few people can use. So let's go back to the original goal and create a coin that people will want to use. I said, why would they want to use it? He says, because it's designed for sharing. I want to call it Karma Coin. And I got a whole tokenomics, which is basically the rules of the game that pay it forward. And since crypto builds value upon usage, we're going to call it karma mining. We're going to build a karma chain. And I was like, all right. I'm in. I got it. And I just spent, like I said, like 15 years building mostly offline communities with online tools. And I've been watching the crypto space, and I've seen that the power of crypto is all these meetings that people are having. It's actually tons of offline communities, like diehard geeks, nerds who want to be free from the system. And we both come from communities that we're not fighting the system, but healing and community building is really about sovereignty and our ability to express ourselves. So that's the origin of Karma Coin. The three of us just seeing that we can have what we want, which is build community, and we can provide a tool, basically a very advanced tool, which is crypto, but it's really simple. It's just about sharing.
Yeah.
So it's an indigenous technology really for community building.
I love that.
It's based on the heart.
Right.
It's important to say, like, we know it sounds a little bit like, it could sound like a meme coin, and I don't care what it looks like, what it sounds like, because I know by the 7th, 8th, 9th time that someone uses the app to appreciate someone, I know that their dopamine levels, oxytocin level are going to increase. They're going to feel better. Let's hook people. If they're going to be on their phone all day, let them do something good and be rewarded for it. And the whole crypto market is thirsty or hungry for a project that is simple, and it keeps to the original genius of the creation of crypto.
Rachel, I wasn't sure if you had something to add before I asked my next question.
I have a lot more to add.
Go ahead. All right, talk about it. Talk to me.
So I guess we could say we're doing a bit of a magic in the field of technology. As you can see, the pirates flag behind us, we're all a bit of pirates of consciousness, and we're looking for ways to bridge between disciplines and create new opportunities and potential for us to evolve as individuals and collectively into this next era. So Karma Coin is doing a magic by saying, okay, people want coin. The entire industry of Web3 and crypto has incredible potential for the future of humanity in order to become sovereign and decentralized, meaning we're not depending only on banks, right? So there's a lot of potential here that we need to be looking at, but the greed kind of came and took over the industry and people got scammed. There was a lot of fraud, and it's just basically like, sick with distrust right now. So we're coming in a very interesting and sticky time and saying, hey, we really believe that this can be used for good. We want to show you how. And here's an example. So we're playing on greed in a way and saying, oh, but you're going to appreciate with it. So you're going to have to be generous with it in order for it to work with you and for you and spread and ultimately empower, connection and generosity. And in a world that we need it. We need this. We need to remember that we're connected, and from the heart, it's how we can, make great things. So
yeah, that's fantastic. And I heard a few different things between both of the little tidbits that you both added to the conversation, and I wanted to kind of just like make sure I'm understanding Karma Coin as best as I can. So Oriya, you mentioned an app, so talk to me a little bit. Is this done through an app, the giving between people? Talk to me through that.
Yes, the main product is an app. Of course, there'll be many integrations in different third-party tools, but right now, karma literally means action. So we are capitalizing on good action. So we want someone to pick up their phone, double-click on an app, take like 30 seconds, 40 seconds even to do something meaningful. And the app is crucial because we keep it very, very, very simple. It's basically like 3 clicks and you have signed up just with a phone number, and we preload your app with coin. It's part of our tokenomics because we know that it's easier to play generous or act generous and be generous when you have a little allowance. So we start you off with an allowance, and all you have to do is just it's either from your contacts, or you can browse users on the community, or just any phone number, and they get invited to redeem their coin and join the game. And everybody gets it's one of those like karma forwarding games that one of our investors said to us, so it's like an emoji, it's an enhanced emoji with crypto attached. I said, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
It's a crypto-like with built-in virality.
Yeah.
Like the app is built to be viral. We just need to get people to start pick it up and start using it and get used to that appreciation muscle.
And we're a small team. We're a
Yeah.
small team. Our overheads, considerably speaking, is low because we all come from places where we have experience how to run this lean, and our tokenomics and the way we even raise funds is all through the sale of coin that we ourselves validate. It sounds really silly, but the whole game is very pure and everything is transparent. And we are, the whole point is it's a foundation. Karma Coin is a foundation for really fostering generosity inside ourselves and then outward. And
Empowering positive action.
yeah, and we love technology, we love community, we love finance. So it's an intersection.
Yeah, yeah. And Rachel, I think you raised a really great point as well. It's almost about reteaching people how to be generous, that you have to give in order for everyone to benefit. And I think that that's a really interesting piece of Karma Coin.
Thank you so much. It's definitely a challenge. It's almost like it's a consciousness shift. We have to educate people out of scarcity into abundance, generosity. And that's going to be one of our challenges in this game.
And it's our challenge on a daily life, like you, me, everyone.
Totally.
We are playing it because that's where we require change the most. And we come into this like a decade later. So people know that the crypto story works on belief, like I said, backed by technology. And then you put a good founding team, you put a good vision, you put transparency, you put some good governance. Any game can succeed now because the technology is available. So what you're saying is correct. Like we are doing it so we can spend our time doing other projects too. The point is we actually want this to happen because that's what you and I, the team, everyone are working on in our personal life.
Bringing more good to the world.
And like be more generous, not be so like clingy to money, to things.
Right.
Like we have such
not being so stuck inside ourselves and our own worries and fears and problems, basically, right? Coming together, because in the togetherness, all the solutions are there.
It's funny, like the church and a lot of all the traditional systems have tithing in place. And it's funny because you do some research, you find that people who tithe actually, it works for them in their lives, like concretely, okay, on a practical level. But it's not because there's a God watching. It's because when somebody says, you know what, I am not going to hold on to everything I have. I'm going to trust. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to be a vessel to what I have. It works because that consciousness. So we are basically we're hacking consciousness. We're giving a tool to be more generous. And the motivation might be greed, or might be even like, oh, I got some free money. I'm going to forward it and look really cool. Yeah, but by the third, fourth time you do that, something, your heart's going to beat a little faster.
And then I also too, I imagine you're talking about, shifting consciousness. I also imagine it forces people to open up their eyes and stop being so self-absorbed, maybe is the word I'm going to choose, and have to acknowledge that there's other people out there and like look for the good in others as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Acknowledging each other for the positive things in each other and empowering positive action. So we're planning on implementing this into communities, right? To help communities foster that sense of belonging and connectivity and really seeing and acknowledging of each other. And then also beyond that, it can just grow the global community of givers where we realize we are connected to everyone on the street. And it can be as simple as a appreciation that may acknowledge that, someone made an impact in our day, right?
Yeah, I mean, you wear many hats, but one of them officially is head of communities. Honestly, it was Rachel. I couldn't see it at first. I really had a hard time seeing the app being used by communities as, our frontier. But Rachel, when she introduced me to some of the communities that she is bringing on board, I realized that she really sees it in a way that works. Like she could see how a crypto app can be used as a tool for inside a community in order to foster and increase engagement and show appreciation. And that's been such a refresher for me. I'll tell you the truth. Like that's what teamwork is. We'll bring different parts. So I mean, if you want to discuss that, I
Well,
love that.
thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate the
Sure.
acknowledgement. Send you some karma coin
Please
later.
do. She might not do it, so I have to remind her.
And I want to actually tie that point back into Web3 and crypto, because for anyone who might be watching this or listening who's just like, I just don't get it, like, I'm with you. It has been way too complex and techie for me to get involved until the Karma Coin project entered my life. I said, this I can get on board with and hope to help as many people as possible feel comfortable to start, playing with crypto, because why not? But the point I wanted to make is that there's so much power in the togetherness. I think everyone is recognizing it. Everyone is talking about communities is where it's at. Companies are even starting to treat their culture like communities. Marketers are saying, okay, we need to build a community. So there's something really there that's like waking up.
Yeah.
And the whole decentralization aspect of Web3 is the direction we're going in, that we don't need these these individuals in power dictating what's happening. How do we really decentralize the power and the decisions and really work together as a collective? So that's like the direction we're moving in.
Yeah.
And
as a society, you mean,
yeah, as a society, and we're just in the beginning.
Communities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's true. I just noticed, I mean, that in my WhatsApp, it's right there in the middle. It literally one section called communities. That's in the WhatsApp right now that everyone has. We didn't even catch on to that, but they're noticing that the future is small, self-sustaining as possible communities. So we are not ahead of the curve. We are from ancient. We are from the jungle, trying to bring people back into togetherness.
I love it. I love it. So you were talking about, the next move being targeting communities as a whole. So I heard a little bit kind of about targeting individuals as some of your client profiles, and then also communities as your target profiles, and looking to build Karma Coin out through communities that way. Did I hear that right?
Yeah. You want to talk about maybe our current project or how?
Our current community partner?
Yeah.
So that's correct. Basically, like the main intention, the first intention, I would say, is to be a tool for communities to foster that sense of belonging. So we have partnered up with a community called the Grateful Giraffes, and they are an NFT community, and they're really focusing on bringing together people based on gratitude and self-development, and like kind of, I guess I would say, they're a global community of leaders that are wanting to support and empower each other on their personal development path and do positive things in the world. So it's very aligned in our mission. You want to say more on that?
Well, yeah, which now, like the new 20s, basically, the generation, it's the creator economy. The creator economy, you can call them whatever you want to say. They already know in their bones that anything is possible because you can create anything. And with cryptocurrency, you're not dependent on any system. So most of these communities, they're aligned in value because their value is freedom and liberation and creativity. So that's what
I wanted to say that in this world, it's basically the creator economy is possible, right? Because we have social media, so we can publish any message we want and grab the attention of people. It's a free platform, but everybody is using that platform. So we're kind of overly, we're just like lost in all of these messages, and it's overwhelming. So to, for example, partner up with communities or organizations that have similar vision and values to do good for the world actually we're all winning. It's not about the competition. It's about how can we empower each other to make our message stronger and touch more people.
I think that's fantastic. And a world that can be so dark and dense, it sounds like you guys are trying to pull that light in and help people really be a little more altruistic and see the good in others.
We're not trying, we're doing it.
You are. Well said. Well, awesome. So, as we start to wrap up this conversation, is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with, either about common misconceptions you've heard about crypto, anything you want to leave our listeners with?
Common misconceptions?
Common misconceptions?
I will say that like every innovation, every time we move forward, the first wave is people who have been fighting scarcity and greed and fear. And yeah, they will come and they will abuse the system, just because that's the human nature.
It's what they know. It's
So
what they know.
it's what we know.
what we
I
know.
am also a recovering hustler. I'm also a recovering,
We've all been in survival mode before.
right.
Right.
So it's not a
Okay.
misconception. Yes, true. And just like in the beginning, I'm sure cars, I know that they were outlawed and they were very dangerous, and electricity was very dangerous, and fire too was extremely dangerous at first. We are at this place where we need people to come into a place of vision, and the vision is sovereignty. The vision is freedom, and you have to believe it first before you see it. And luckily, the blockchain does make it transparent. But I don't want to say there's misconceptions. I think people are seeing the truth. Just don't give up, people, because it's
Right, it's
it's
still
always
early.
harder.
We're still early in the game, so there's a lot of scam and doubt and fear, but just wait and see and have faith, we're gonna ride through and keep climbing together. I really believe that.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's fantastic. Well, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate you both being on Business Ninjas today, breaking down crypto, breaking down Karma Coin, the vision that you have and what you're enacting to see the good in the world. I appreciate you being on Business Ninjas today. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Kelsey, for your
All right.
incredible energy.
Keep it karma.